get this where I need it to be. What is going on? Okay. I am live. I'm just going to wait for a few people. If you are watching the replay, you'll probably want to fast forward to when I actually start. I'm going to be creating an explosion box today. Okay, so I'm just going to wait for a few people and then I'll get started. And if I don't get any people, I'll just go ahead and get started anyway. I gotta grab my coffee. Forgot my coffee. Coffee and crafting. I need my coffee. Okay. I think that's a little bit better. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started since, in case replays, I just don't want people to have to fast forward too much. So I'm going to be creating an explosion box for a friend of mine who sent me some happy mail and I wanted to send her a thank you. So what an explosion box is basically in paper crafting is a box that you construct, and you construct a lid, and when you pull the lid off, all the flaps will go down. Okay? And then there's the bottom of the box, whatever. So, the very first thing you're going to do is take a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, and you're going to, well, the first thing you're going to do is take a 12 by 12 and cut it at 6. Okay, so now you have a 6 by 12. And you're going to line it up on your scoreboard with the 12-inch side facing the top. And you're going to score it at 6. Okay, and then you're going to burnish that real well. So it looks like this. And you want to do that to 2 pieces of 12 by 12 so that you have a total of 4. Okay? And then I'm going to show you what it's going to look like, and then, but we want to do some matting first before we actually glue it together. So basically what's going to happen is you're going to take this piece and lay it down, and then you're going to put this piece here. I'm going to try to hold all this together. You're going to take this piece, and then, I don't know if I can hold it all together, but the last piece, I think you get it, would go there. Okay? And then when you open up the lid, the flaps will fall down like this. Okay? And so then you can do pockets and flaps and kind of like a mini album, anything you want to do. Tags, all that goodness, okay? Then what you can do is have another layer that will fall down that's maybe a 5 by 5 instead of a 6 by 6. And I'll show you how to do that. And then you can have like a 4x4. I mean, so you could do multiple layers. I'm only going to do 2 layers. I'm going to do the 6x6. I'll show you what you need to do for the 5x5. And then I'm going to do the 4x4. Okay? So the next thing you're going to want to do for the 6x6, the base of the box, is notice you're going to have 8 flaps that you will want to mat. Okay? So the outside of the box and then the first inside of the box. Obviously, you're going to mat the bottom of your box, but I'm not going to do that until I have the rest of it matted because I don't know exactly which piece will be on top. So, because, I'm going to glue it. The other thing is you can take a piece of light chipboard and place it like, after 2 of them and then put the other 2 flaps up here, and that will make it a little bit more sturdy on the bottom. My chipboard is typically medium weight, and I think the suggestion would be more for lightweight chipboard so that it doesn't really show. You will have 4 layers of paper, so that's going to give it some strength too. So I might try to, on the paper, by the way, let me talk about the paper I'm going to use. I'm going to use Simple Stories Love and Adore 12x12 paper. Hobby Lobby for $19.99. I used a 40% off coupon on this. By the way, this was before the whole big clearance craziness started going on. Anyway, it's really pretty paper. I'm pretty sure I hauled it. So as you can see, it's cuteness, right? Very, very, very cute. I'll just kind of do a quick flip through. And what's nice is you've got a lot of, these are longer cutouts, but you do have all these. So it's going to be fun because I can use a lot of these on the inside, make pockets, do tags, what have you. So, see, there's more here. So, and more here. That's what I liked about this one. It's just tons of little cut aparts. So I thought that was cute. And even stuff like this, you could fussy cut it out and make obviously a corner fussy cut pocket. I may do something like that. I think that's cute. So yeah, so this is the paper I'm going to use. And what I'm thinking about doing is if you look at the back of your paper pad, this right here, I think would be considered light chipboard. So I might cut out a 6x6 section of the back of my paper pad and stick it in just as an extra element of strength on the bottom of the box. So there you go. There's that. All right. So what I'm going to do, I've already cut out 8 6x6 pieces, and I'm using the Tim Holtz Distress Oxide Picked Raspberry to just go around my edges because I think it's such a fresh, cute little color that will go with this paper. And so I've chosen these first 4 pieces are going to be on the outside matting of the box. I think I'm sorry. These are going to be on the inside is what I would like. And then these 4 pieces are going to be on the outside of the box. And I think that'll look really cute. I can decorate those up. And remember, we're going to do a lid also. So that'll be coming too. I forgot that I need my glasses. So I got to go grab those. So I'm going to go grab those. Again, if you're watching the replay, just fast forward a little bit. And then next I'll talk about embellishments. Okay, I am back. So, I got my glasses and heated up my coffee. Killed two birds with one stone. All right, so outside. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start matting this. Um, and so basically, the fold is like this. I just need to mat one side of the inside fold, but make sure when you mat the outside, it's the same side that you matted on the inside, because this is going to be the bottom. I think that makes sense. All right, so this is going to be the outside. I want to set those aside for a few minutes, and we will start on the inside. So I'm using, as I always do, some art glitter glue. By the way, this is what it looks like in case you're watching this or you and you've never seen it. So it's called Art Glitter Glue Designer Dries Clear Adhesive. It's permanent, water-based, non-toxic, dries, acid-free. So there's no glitter in it. It's just called that. I don't know why. But anyway, in case you haven't really seen that. And I got to poke a hole in the top of my little bottle here because it's kind of stuck. I must have left the cap off, unfortunately. Oh my God, I don't know why. It's really stuck. All right, that's okay. I got another little bottle ready to go. I'll figure this out later. Wow, I'm having issues with my bottles this morning. I don't understand. Ow, why that's happening. Okie dokie. Looks like I'm getting this one. That's kind of crazy. Fix this pin a little bit. There we go. Okay, now I can start adhering these pieces. I gotta get that out of the way because black on black is hard to tell where you're matting. So I got a little bit of glue there, but that's okay. And then I always, of course, use my bone folder because you really do always want to burnish in anything that you lay down just to make sure. And any glue that comes out, I use my dry baby wipe. Okay, so that inside piece is done. Moving on to the next one. I feel kind of lonely. No one's joined me yet. If this bothers you as far as the noise of the bottle hitting the paper, I apologize. Now this one I'm trying to oh, it's just polka dots. I was thinking it was little hearts and I was trying to get the orientation the way I wanted it, which is something you will need to pay attention to. I'll show you on the next piece because there's words. You're gonna want to make sure that your orientation is correct, and it's a little bit more difficult because it's a box, so you got to think about how it's gonna be sitting and unfolding, right? So I'll show you. I mean, I'm showing you, but I want you guys to know this is the first one I've ever made, so we're kind of doing this together. Okay. So this next piece, we do have sweet hello, adore, love, whatever. So think about it. This is the bottom, right? And this is how this piece will go, and then it'll fall down. So I want, this is the up and this is down. So I'll want the words to face this way, or if you have a specific orientation. Okay? So that's how I want to do that. The other thing about art glitter glue is you just don't need much, which is really nice. So it can be cost effective, at least for me, because I went through a lot of trial and error on adhesives, and I would not recommend anything else but this. That's just me though. Everybody, it's a personal choice, whatever works for you. And when I burnish, I mean, I really do it. I'm just, I don't know, maybe I'm a little OCD about it, but that is what I do. So, I see we got someone else watching, so if you don't mind just saying hi, if you don't mind. I can explain more what I'm doing if you missed the very beginning. Oh, duh, I didn't even have the chat up. I'm so dumb. Hey, honey, hun. Hi, Chelsea. Yes, maybe it should be. I'm going to tell you something. You know how I sent you that YouTube video, which was from, by the way, this inspiration comes from Rena, and I think her channel name, and I'm saying all this, Chelsea, because the replay, you know, I got to make sure to tell people to fast forward because nobody was on here, that sort of thing, in case they watch the replay. But Rena from, oh God, I think it's like Scrapbook Fashionista or something like that. She does amazing work, and she made the most amazing explosion box with the Graphic 45 Fairy Dust paper, and then she has a tutorial just for the base pieces on measurements or how to cut it, and that's where I got this from. So hurry. I'll try. But Chelsea, here's what it is. I'm going to just recap real quick. So you take a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock. I'm using black, okay? You cut it directly in half at 6 inches. Then after you cut it in half, you're going to put it on a scoreboard or whatever, where the 12 inches is up here, and you score it at 6. So it's in half. So basically you have 2 6 by 6 pieces. And when you score it, you burnish it real well, okay? And you want 4 of these, which takes 2 12 by 12 pieces because you get 2 out of each one. And what we're gonna do then is, once I mat everything, it's just easier to do when it's flat, then we're gonna glue them like so, right? And then the 4th piece up here. And then when we make the lid, we'll take the lid off and they'll fall down, okay? And then, you know, we can put, so we need to decorate these first because it's going to be hard to decorate it when it's already in the box form. So put in pockets or whatever it is that we're going to do. So I chose 4 pieces for the inside. And then now I have 4 pieces for the outside. You have to be very careful though. Make sure your outside piece is on the same flap that your inside piece is, because you don't want it on the bottom flap, because that's going to be the bottom of the box. I think that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the outside pieces. I just want to see, well, it doesn't really matter because the inside's different, so I don't care. So, but you also need to pay close attention to orientation. So like this one has words. So I had to sit it up and make sure that I have the orientation correct so when you open it and it flaps, it's not upside down. And the same goes with the outside of your box, like hearts. Here, I'll do this one first. This has hearts. I don't want my hearts upside down. So I know this is the right way. This is up, this is down. So I will put it like this. I think that makes sense. You just want to be really careful of your orientation, Chelsea. And that's something that, believe me, I have learned to pay attention to just over time because I have screwed so many stuff up where, you know. And it's not a big deal if you make a mistake because all you have to do is cut another piece of paper and put it over it. I mean, yeah, it'll be a little thicker, but you can fix it. So see, I gotta look again because I don't even remember. So it goes like this. So this is up. So there we go. Just want to make sure that matches. And so the base, which is the black cardstock, is 6x6. You know, 2 pieces of 6x6. So when I mat, I personally go 1/4 of an inch shorter or smaller. So I cut mine at 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 so that I can have a 1/8 inch border all the way around. And I burnish this really well. Okay, good. You got it. Yeah, this would be a really fun project for you. This is my first one, but this would be really fun for you, I think, because I don't think it's going to be that hard, you know. Again, orientation on these hearts. I want to make sure that this is up, so I know it's going to go like that. I think this is the last one I have to worry about that, because like polka dots and stuff, it doesn't matter, you know. There is no upside down. Okay. I usually have to pull this a little bit closer just to mat it as nicely as I can. And I got to tell you something, matting took me a while, Chelsea. I mean, you're never going to be perfect. I mean, but if you could see like my earlier projects, they're all crooked. It's horrible. But it just takes practice. Trust me, because, yeah. All right. Oh, shooty moody. All right. So we got 2 of them done. I'll set these aside. And we have 2 more. So I don't have to worry about orientation on these. Usually I'm more matchy, like with mini albums and stuff. But this is more of a colorful, fun stuff. And the paper's really cute. It's by Simple Stories. And it's called Love and Adore. So kind of a Valentine's theme. But I like it because it has flowers and polka dots and just all kinds of fun going on. Because this is going to actually go to somebody as a thank you because they sent me Happy Mail. So I need to kind of get it done so I can get it mailed off. And I think what I'm going to do, I'll mat the bottom, you know, the inside bottom of the box. But I think I'm going to put, like fill it with chocolates. I think that would be fun. And then when they open it up, the flaps will fall down and all these chocolates will be in there. I think that's a good idea. Or a fun idea. The other thing I'm using, Chelsea, and you don't have to, but I have some Distress Oxide Picked Raspberry, which I think is a good color for this collection. And I edge the paper because I don't like that white core showing. But it's not a big deal. I mean, you don't have to do that. Now, this one does have orientation on the inside. So I just want to make sure I'm correct on the outside. Okay. I gotta pull this in a little bit. Make sure I'm matting it as best as I can. My God, I am burning up, which is not cool. I'm in the middle of the country where it's cold. Okay, so the outer layer of the box is matted on both sides. So again, it's gonna layer up like so. And then of course that fourth piece, I just can't hold them all at once. And it'll be held together, not with adhesive on the inside, but just with a lid on the outside. So it'll open up like that. But I don't want to put it to like glue the bottom again until I'm going to add some more stuff on the inside, pockets and things like that. And before I do that, I'm going to add another layer so there's more than one thing exploding. And I was explaining earlier in this live that you could do a 5x5. So you have the 6x6 that you're starting with. I got to take a drink of coffee. And you can do 5x5. And what you would do for that, let me just get my piece of paper, is you would take a 12x12, but you would cut it to 10 and cut it by 10. You want a 10x10 square. And then you would put it on your scoreboard at 10 and you would score at 5. Just like we did with to get the 6x6, we used a 12-inch, cut it in half. Oh, I take that back. So once you have your 10x10 square, then you're going to cut it at 5. And then you're going to take each one of those strips, so ignore this bottom part, and it would be 5x10, and you would score at 5. So each sheet would make 2 of them. So you need 2 sheets to make 4. Just like we did with the 6x6, we're just making it 5x5. I'm not going to do 5x5, but I'm going to go down another size and do 4x4. 4x4 is a little bit different, okay? And I didn't do it right even here, so I got to start over. I thought I had that correct. Here it is. This is the one that's 4x4. Sorry about that. Okay, so for 4x4, you just start with a 12x12 sheet. You do not have to cut anything. And all you do is you score at 4 and 8. Where is I lost my bone folder score. Here it is. So you score at 4 and at 8. You rotate 90 degrees and you score at 4 and 8 again. Then you take your scissors, and what you want to do is you want to cut out the outer squares, and you'll be left with a T. Okay? So I'm going to cut this one out first. And be careful. You want to cut as straight as you can. You could use your paper trimmer. I'm not the best cutter. And line it up on your paper trimmer if that's better for you, if you can get a straighter cut. So I got to hold this up to make sure I get a straight cut. So sorry if you can't see me cutting, but I think when I'm done cutting, I'll show you what it looks like. And I have a hard time with black cardstock. I suppose I could have used white or cream or something, but I thought black, again, would go better with this collection. I mean, you don't have to be perfect, but you want it to be as neat as you can get it, because these are interior flaps, so they will, you know, they're going to show. So you, and like, look, that is so not straight. I'm going to worry about it in a minute. I'll try to straighten it out. It's hard to see for me, the black score lines. And I don't want to use like a white gel pen. I guess I could use pencil and trace out those score lines, because then I could erase them. Okay, one more little piece. So again, cut out all the 4 corners after you scored it. And you'll be left with something that looks like a plus sign or a T or whatever. And I will show you how we're going to attach this in. And then these little pieces, you know, they're nice little 4x4s. So you might want to save them, because we can use them as little embellishment pockets, whatever. Oh, hi, Ninju. How are you? I don't know where you're at. It's probably, I mean, it's 8 o'clock here, but. Okay, then we want to burnish on our score lines. Ninja, I'm making an explosion box. Okay, so now the difference with this one is it's not 2 separate sheets like we had, like that, on the 6x6, and if you did a 5x5 also. Oh, well, how nice. Thank you, Ninju. You're so sweet. 7 a.m. Arizona confuses me because there's like no daylight. Say, I don't know. They're like one of the states. I think Florida, parts of Florida are like that too. Anyway, so again, when we put our box together, I will show you. I can only do 3 sides because I don't have enough hands to hold them all up, but you'll get the idea. So it's going to be like this. It's going to be held together with a lid, remember? I hope you're seeing that okay. Okay. So inside of this will be glued down also, so that when you open it up, all of these flaps will explode. So we'll have another flap exploding. Now, you could do it like this, which I think I might do. So when it explodes, these kind of come out on the corners. I think that would be really cute. Looks like an X in the middle. And all you do is adhere it down. So before we do anything else, I need to cut some designer paper to be matted. So I need 8 of those. And again, you know, I will mat the bottom here and the bottom here, but I'm waiting until I get the rest of these things matted. Okay? So Ninja, you did not miss much. I just explained how to take a 12x12, cut it in half at 6 inches, put it on your scoreboard on the 12-inch side, score at 6, burnish, because that's how you're going to get your pieces to make the outside of the box. Okay? So that's pretty easy. And then you could do a 5x5, same concept, but with a 10x10, cut it in half at 5, put the 10-inch on the scoreboard, score at 5, same thing. And you can have that additional part of your explosion box. And then the 4x4 is what I just did. That is different. So you may, you know, if you guys want to do it, you can watch the replay and see how I did that. Because you don't cut the 12x12, you just do some score marks and cut these pieces out. All right, so since these are 4x4, I do 3/4 of an inch smaller. I'm going to look at my scraps first, but I want to pay attention now that I already have designer pages. I want to pay attention to what I have going on the inside, so that, you know, I can match a little bit better, just to make sure. So I'm going to lay these out. I'm going to move this out of the way, kind of move it up, and lay them out. So I remember what types of colors and stuff I have going on the inside. Okay? So now I'm going to choose my designer paper. I'm going to look at some of my scraps here before I take out another piece of whatchamacallit, 12 by 12. You know what I think might be kind of cute is on the 4 by 4. So you know how I have flowers here. If I match the flowers over here and then match these polka dots over here, I think I'm going to do that. And then vice versa over here. I think that'll look really cute. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay, so I know what I'm going to do. So I'm going to use my same pieces and cut them at 3/4 or 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Do you think one day you can do a live chat and make? Yeah, absolutely. Like a YouTube live. Is that what you're talking about? I absolutely can do that. As a matter of fact, Ninju, here's what Jan and I were talking about is we may do that this Saturday evening, where she's going to do some stuff and then I'm going to go live right after her and I will do some stuff. So that, and what I'm going to do is I'll probably do the base of a mini album to show you how to make base pages for a simple mini album and how to do the covers. Now, what do you guys think? I have this over here. I'm thinking of this instead of exactly this. Oh, I don't know. Because I got to go 3/4 by 3/4. So if I do this exact one, it's going to basically look like this anyways. I think that's what I'll do. Okay. So I'm going to get my trimmer. Yeah, no, Ninja, that's awesome. My friend Chelsea, by the way, is on here as well. She's a really, like my best friend from Oklahoma. And she is starting out in paper crafting also. And so she, I think, wants to do mini albums, you know, learn how to do mini albums as well. So I will be thrilled to teach that. So again, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. There's one. I think they're a lot of fun to make. I am very intimidated with the Traveler's Notebooks and Junk Journals. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. There's so much involved with them. I don't even know. I'm afraid to do those. But maybe someday I'll venture out and try that. But right now, I'm still kind of new also. So I am, trying to make my mini albums better. Where I struggle, to be honest with you guys, is not the construction. I love the construction, like making the, okay, Chelsea, good. I know you got meetings. Oh, cards and pocket letters. Yeah. I struggle with embellishing. I just don't feel like I'm a very good embellisher. So I want to get better at that, So that's why I'm still on my mini album kick right now. Okay, and I'm inking the edges, Ninja, with the Picked Raspberry Distress Oxide. That is what I'm using. And by the way, I'm using Simple Stories Love and Adore paper collection for this one. Chelsea, when you go to Hobby Lobby, because all the Hobby Lobbies are like taking their time marking down different clearance stuff. Every store has different stuff on clearance. If you see any like Distress Oxide inks or anything like that, you're going to want to grab them on clearance if you can, because they're normally around, and Ninja, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they're around $5 and something, maybe $5.99, $5.50 for each one. But if they're marking them on clearance, you're going to want to get whatever you can get, because what they're doing is marking things 75% off. So that would be an amazing deal. At mine, they didn't have any. They may not on the Distress Oxides anywhere, but you never know. Mine didn't have paper on clearance, but I've seen a lot of people hauling paper that they got on clearance. So they're all doing different stuff. And mine might have it now because I heard people just going every day and different stuff is on clearance. Okay, that's inked up. Okay, I am gonna now take my, oh, what did I do with that 4x? Losing my mind over here. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Excuse me. All right, so I'm gonna start gluing this down. I don't know what I did with my little dry baby wipe, but that's okay. Chelsea, Hannah, and Zach are going today for another ultrasound, and she is 9 weeks. So that's exciting. She said she'd send me pictures. Ninju, my son and his girlfriend are having a baby. So I'm very, very excited. I gotta find my little baby wipe. I gotta get a new one, but that's a bummer because it's wet. And I don't like to use it when it's wet. I like to lay them out to dry. But whatever, it'll be fine. Okay, let's get the next one. Oh, I got to make sure now that I go in order. Before it didn't matter. So I want it to be opposite of each other. So I want this one that says Adore and stuff over here, which means I want the red polka dot over here. So now I got to really pay attention to orientation. Yeah, Ninja, it is. It's exciting. I have a, he has a 3-year-old daughter. Her name's Lily. So I have a 3-year-old granddaughter, and I just, oh my God, it's so much fun. And now we're going to have another in August. So we're super duper excited. Okay. Burnish, burnish, burnish. That's one thing I've learned with mini albums and stuff is, I don't know, I burnish really well. I don't want any of these little edges lifting, nothing. So I try to take my time to do that. I know it takes a little extra time, but for me, it's worth it. Okay, so now let me look at my orientation again, just to make sure. I want the yellow flowers over here. There's really not an orientation there, so I should be good. Ninju, do you have any kids? And this must be where, yep, where that goes. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting somewhere anyway. And this is my first time. I think I mentioned that to Chelsea. This is my first time ever making an explosion mini box. So we're going to see how it goes. It may become a hot mess, but hopefully not. Hopefully not. Okay. Oh, well, you're a baby. You're only 22, honey. My youngest daughter, my youngest child, my daughter, is turning 21 next week. So she's right around your age. Um, oh, yeah, no. I understand. Um, so, did you know Indian food is one of my absolute favorites? That's funny. Love it. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like now. Obviously, I'm going to have the bottom matted and this bottom matted. But when it opens up, it'll explode. Before I make it into a box, though, I think the next smartest thing to do, I'm going to set this 4x4 stuff aside, is whatever I want to do as far as interactions on these pieces, I'm going to do them while they're flat. So, you know, making pockets or another little flap or some interaction where flaps go left and right or up. So I got to think about that, but that's what I'll be doing. And Ninju, this is very similar to mini album construction when it comes to creating the interactions. It's not similar creating base pages, obviously, in Hinge systems and things like that. So, oh my God, you're so awesome. Really? That's cool. Oh, I know. This paper is so cute, Ninju. I know. So I think what I'm going to do is break right now because I got to think about, I don't know. I got to think about my interactions for a while. I need more coffee. So I think I'm going to break. I know, Chelsea, you got some meetings anyway. And then I'll come back on live a little bit later this morning. So hopefully you guys, you know, we can catch each other then. And anyone else that's out there. It looks like there's 6 watching, but I don't know who else is watching. So, anyway, I will let you guys know. Or you'll hopefully will see the notification. All right, I'll talk to everybody soon. Thank you, guys. This is ridiculous. I don't even know how to shut the dang thing off. Rotate device back.